You know that feeling when you read something and suddenly you're just there? The description is so real you can almost smell the rain or feel the sun on your skin? Well, that's the magic of painting a picture with words. But here's the thing, it's not really magic. It's a skill you can learn. So how's it done? Let's dive in. It's wild when you think about it, right? Words. They're so much more than just letters on a page. They're like little teleporters. They can build whole worlds, stir up emotions, and take us to places we've never ever been. All while we're just sitting in a chair. To show you exactly what I mean, let's just jump right into an example. Okay, just listen to that for a second. Thick white mist, wrapping the cone houses in a dreamy haze. Wow, can't you just see that? Can you feel that quiet, cool morning? A single sentence and boom, you have a whole atmosphere, a whole mood. That's powerful stuff. And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. How does that actually work? How do these little black shapes on a screen become a full-on sensory experience in your mind? Well, guess what? It's not some big mystery. It's a technique, a skill that literally anyone can learn to make their own writing come alive. The secret all comes down to a special kind of writing. It's like it has its own blueprint, its own set of architectural plans. It's called descriptive text. And this is the fundamental tool for making a reader truly experience what you're writing about, not just, read about it. And notice what the goal is here. It's not about telling a long story or explaining some complicated process. The entire purpose of descriptive text is to create a sensory experience for the person reading it. It's about letting their imagination do all the fun, heavy lifting.
And that's basically its job in the world. Its social function. You see this everywhere. In travel guides, in novels, even in scientific reports. The goal is always the same. Clarity through visualization. You describe it so I can see it. Simple as that.
So here it is, the blueprint. And honestly, it's so simple, it's brilliant. Just 3 steps. First, identification. You just introduce what you're talking about. Then, description. This is the juicy part where you pack in all those sensory details. And finally, you give a closing impression, just wrapping it up with a final feeling. So remember, identify, describe, impression. It's a simple little structure, but it is so powerful. All right, so we've got the blueprint. Awesome. But, any great builder also needs the right set of tools. It's one thing to have a structure, but you need the right kind of language to really fill it in and bring that whole thing to life. First up, we've got linking verbs. Now, these are kind of the unsung heroes of description. Instead of showing action, like run or build, they simply connect a subject to its state of being. The air is cool. The village seems ancient. They're the essential glue that establishes the whole scene. And of course, we have adjectives. If linking verbs are the glue, adjectives are definitely the paint. They add all the color, the texture, and the detail. Words like lush, traditional, cool, and white are what turn a simple word like house into a vivid image right inside our minds. Now, here's a fascinating pro tip. In English, when you start piling up adjectives before a noun, they actually follow a secret, unspoken order. For real? You wouldn't say a cone-shaped, tall, beautiful house. It just sounds wrong, doesn't it? That's because the natural order is opinion, then size, shape, material, and then the noun. A beautiful, tall, cone-shaped ajuk. It's a subtle rule, but getting it right makes your description just flow so much more smoothly. Okay, enough theory. Let's see how this all comes together in a real-world example. We're going to analyze a description of a traditional village in Indonesia called Wairebo and break it down piece by piece. And look at that. It follows our blueprint perfectly. The first part identifies the village, telling us what and where it is. The middle section describes the air, the forest, the mist, all those crucial sensory details. And the last sentence? That provides the closing impression, summarizing the whole feeling of the place. It's so clean, so effective. And here we can really see the difference in those verbs. On the left, linking verbs like is and looks describe a state. They're painting that static, beautiful picture. But if we were telling a story about the village, we'd use the action verbs on the right, like welcome or walk, to show what's happening. For pure description, it's all about establishing that state of being. A small but powerful detail can make a description so much more real. Knowing there are exactly 7 of these unique cone-shaped houses, that makes the image in our minds way sharper and more memorable than just saying there are a few houses. Specificity is your best friend in descriptive writing. So why does all this matter if you're not planning to write a travel novel? Well, this skill of descriptive writing is incredibly versatile. At its heart, it's about clear and compelling communication, and that's a skill we all need. Think about it. You can use these techniques to write a more compelling email, to create a more engaging presentation, or even just to write a social media post that makes your friends feel like they were right there on vacation with you. It's about making your ideas and experiences really connect with other people. So, if there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. Don't just list facts. Don't just say, the house was big. Say it was a tower and cone-shaped structure that touched the clouds. One is a piece of data, the other is an experience. And that shift in mindset is everything. So there you have it. You have the blueprint. You have the tools. You now know how to turn simple words into an entire experience for someone else. The only question left is, what world will you paint?